In this lab, you're going to learn how to use Microsoft Excel to create a simple bivariate regression line and scatter plot. Excel has trouble with multivariate regression because, unlike a dedicated statistical package, it doesn't know how to work with missing data. But for our purposes here, that's not a problem. Now, as we did last time, I'm going to work through a sample problem using different variables than the ones that you'll be working with. But the data set is the same. We're going to be using the General Social Survey, the GSS 2018 data set, and I've opened it up here and copied the two variables that I'll be working with in the demonstration. In column A, we have the respondent's education, and in column B, we have the spouse's education. In Excel, the first column is always the independent variable, the second column is always the dependent variable, and that's by default. So the question for us here is, are these two related? Can I use respondent's education to predict the education of the spouse? Or, put differently, do people tend to find partners with similar educational backgrounds? Are those two variables related? Are they correlated? Okay, so let's get started. This is just about the easiest Excel problem I think we're going to have this term. First thing we need to do is just select the two columns that hold the data. And we're going to go over to Insert, and we're going to insert a scatter plot. So that's scatter, and this over here, this one in the top left, and there's our scatter plot. I'm going to make that a little bit bigger just to take a look at it. How do we get the regression line in there? Well, there are Excel formulas that we can use for the intercept and the slope, but we don't need to bother doing that. Excel will put those onto the scattergram for us. I'm going to select this plus icon over here, go down to add a trend line, and now you can see there's our regression line. We still don't have the regression equation though yet. To do that, I'm going to go down to that little arrow next to trend line and click More Options. All right, now you might get a couple of things opening up over here, but we want to click on this icon over here, the trend line options icon. And then it's a very simple matter. Do we want to display the equation on the chart? Yes, we do. Do we want to display the R-squared value on the chart? Yes, we do. And just to make that a little bit easier to read, I'll bring it up over there, and I will try to increase the font to make it again a little bit easier to read. And let's make it 10. And there we go. We're all done. It looks as if there is some kind of a relationship here, but not a very strong one. We have an R-squared value of 0.165, or about 0.17. So this regression equation explains about 17% of the variability in these two variables. We can easily compute a value of R simply by squaring this, taking the square root of 0.167, and you'll see that's going to be about 0.4. That's all there is to it. As I said, this is about the quickest and easiest lab that you'll have to do. The questions have to do more with how we interpret these data, and you'll see that when you take a look at the assignment sheet. Good luck.